Bass.
Dysfunctional Family, episode 41. Take. Oh, the only take.
Surprising yourself and saying, oh, it's crazy. 41 feels crazy. I feel like we're tenured, like we OGs.
We kind of OGs. We kind of podcasting OGs. For those that's been rocking with us, we appreciate you. For those that have not been rocking with us, and this is your first time tuning in to Dysfunctional Family, I am Dashawn. This is my wife, Amanda.
Welcome into this place.
You are welcome. Come on here. Into this broken vessel, you desire to abide in the praises of your people. Come on. So we lift our hands as we live. What are we doing? You better chill before we slip into a quick worship.
My God, today.
Gotta stop that. Listen, this
I
is
don't
episode
like what's
40.
happening between Dashawn and one of our cameramen right now. Oh, I wish y'all could see and understand.
Inside jokes, baby. Inside jokes. All right, let's do this. Because first of all, I would love for y'all to subscribe. I would love for you to share this. I would love for you to like it. I would love for you to engage with your comments. I would love if you are listening to this on podcasts, DSPs. I would love if you rated us 5 stars.
What's
would
a
love
DSP?
it. Digital streaming platform.
Learn something new every day.
I'd love it if you downloaded the episode. I mean, it's one of the things I'd love if they did. Turn on the notification bell, of course.
It's the sweater.
What about the sweater?
It's given
uppity pomp. Oh,
yeah.
So my demeanor was kind of fitting the sweater. Okay. But yeah, we are in a series right now called "Marriage is Boring."
Boo! Throws tomatoes. Get off
We
the
actually
show.
don't believe that because it's kind
So
of.
we're booing the people that say marriage is boring. Throwing tomatoes at you suckers. You jive turkeys.
You suckers, jive turkeys. All right, we just had a flashback to 1973, but
What time to be alive.
we weren't. But cool.
All right, marriage is boring. Part 2.
Marriage is Boring part 2. So
Tell us.
the whole idea and premise of this series is really to destigmatize the idea and the concept that marriage is a boring thing. Obviously, we come from a Christian and a more biblically based context. I don't want to say obviously. I take that back. Let me rewind because some of y'all may be new. I am a minister and a pastor by trade. So there is some spiritual and religious context involved to our concept of marriage. I do believe that it is a covenant that should reflect the relationship Christ has with the church, and any context of marriage outside of that, in my personal opinion, I believe could still be beautiful, but it doesn't live up to its fullest. That's my opinion, right? That's what I believe has been driving and pushing my wife and I to have a great marriage for the last 9 years. And I say that to say, I do believe that a lot of people's marital context is culturally driven and not divinely driven. And I believe marriage is a God concept, not a people concept, though people have politicized it and made it a thing about taxes, made it a thing about politics, made it a thing about other personal benefits in the socio-political realm, that it's taken away from what is the real divine and spiritual nature and substance to marriage. So I was listening to an interview with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp, for those that don't know, is an NFL Hall of Famer, co-host on Undisputed on Fox Sports Network with Skip Bayless. 3-time Super Bowl champion, one of my favorite tight ends of all time. He also has his own podcast called Club Shay Shay, who he had a guest on, Chad Ochocinco, well, formerly Ochocinco, now known as Chad Johnson, who I actually ran into and had a good conversation with in the airport last week. So I thought I'd just plug that in there. He was super humble. We chopped it up and talked, and it was great, actually. And one of the things Chad Johnson asked Shannon Sharp on Shannon's podcast was if he wants to be married. Now, Shannon Sharp is a retired NFL player. He's 55 years old, or about to be 55 years old. And Shannon said he does want to be married. And I thought that was interesting, considering that he's 55 years old, saying, no, I actually do want to be married. And Chad asked him if he had any regrets. And Shannon openly and candidly admitted that he realizes now that he didn't get married years ago or decades ago because his wife, his could have been wife, couldn't really tolerate how much passion he put into football, right? So it became a thing about, is it my passion or my partner? And he realizes now, as he's 54, about to be 55 years old, he said this out of his own mouth. He wishes he did get married because he realizes it is worthless to accumulate all these things and not have anybody to share with. And he feels like that's what marriage and life at a larger scale is really about. No matter what you accumulate throughout the course of your life, to not have anybody to share it with makes it worthless. Thought that was interesting because what it made me think about is, can we really pursue passion wholeheartedly and still give ourselves to a partner wholeheartedly? Can we pursue something we love, have a drive for, something we believe we are called to be, called to do, and still give our full selves to a partner? What do you think about that?
It's tough.
It is.
And I feel like it's circumstantial, though. I think that it depends on the demands of your dream. So it might not be realistic to give your all to both and to wholeheartedly be passionate about pursuing your dreams and be present for your spouse and potential children as well. So, for instance, if I'm on tour and, my children are school aged and I don't want them on tour with me. I want them to be schooled in a very traditional sense so that they can, foster friendships and relationships and have some sense of stability and not be traveling from city to city all over the country or the world. That might not be feasible or realistic, where you're now struggling to, do I go on tour to share my passion and my gift with those who appreciate and are invested in what I have to offer, but at the expense of not being with my children or my spouse for weeks or months on end. You know what I mean? So, but if you're passionate about art and you can paint and have an in-home studio and, your spouse and your children understand that you need X amount of hours per day to be locked in the studio, even though you're home, you're present. You know what I mean? And they know that they can come into mommy or daddy's art room and still kind of lean on you to have conversations while I'm drawing or painting or preparing. They still have access to me on a real tangible level where it doesn't feel like a strain to the relationship. They kind of see the work that you're doing and understand it. Whereas if you're on tour, you may not be as, it could possibly foster some kind of a strain or a breach in the relationship because it's like, okay, mommy or daddy is gone for, I haven't seen you since October. Or like, why are you gone so long? So I think it really depends on the demands of your dream.
Yeah. I mean, I think you make a valid point. Like, every dream has its unique demands. Every dream, every passion has a unique set of circumstances that are catered to it. And I think you can do both, though. I actually do. I actually think even if somebody is on tour, sure, I think that I'm sure their spouse or their kids have some unique agitation about this person's gifting and what is done to them being out the house and stuff like that. I think if the person that you're with has the capacity for you, the right partner has the capacity and the wisdom to know how to handle and manage and finesse that type of stuff. So what I mean is, like, really, I believe the right partner pushes us deeper into our purpose.
Yeah, I
And
can
they
see
have
that.
capaciousness to understand the demands of our purpose that other people just may not never understand. There are women that could never understand how much I have to be out the house based on what I do between music and ministry and school. You have the capaciousness for it, and I think that capacity it allows for, like, me knowing you understand that capacity. When I'm here, the way I pour in to you and to my daughters is like it's not even a thought. It's not even a thought. And that appreciation I have for you understanding me needing to go have a speaking engagement, preaching engagement. It's like, granted, I'm not talking like I ain't, freaking Kendrick Lamar. I'm not like on a world tour. So it's like, I'm sure
Yeah.
if I got to that space, we'd have to mix a unique set of adjustments. But I can think of a lot of people that are like on tour, but that are still like happily married or have kids. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, have been able to keep their kids and their spouses like kind of like under wraps. And like Kendrick Lamar, for instance, J. Cole, for instance, even Christian hip hop artists like Lecrae and things like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking of really good dads that have really good relationships with their kids. And are married happily. You know what I mean? Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, these guys have been married over 2 decades, 3 decades. LL Cool J, married over 3 decades. So when we talk about touring, something about the person they're with has capacity for the demands of their purpose. And I think if it feels like the person you're with doesn't have the capacity for what your purpose demands, then they may not be the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go. I want to go lay down.
All right. Speaking of go lay down, this episode is also brought to you by Rest by Lynn. Listen, I'm right now holding one of the most comfortable pillows I have ever laid my head on. Ever. And I'm not saying this because this is a partnership. It's actually a partnership because I believe this is one of the most comfortable pillows I've ever laid on. Listen, hit up restbylynn.com. She's offering y'all a special discount only because y'all rocking with Dysfunctional Family. So go to restbylynn.com for all of your pillows. I'm talking
She got
pillows.
neck pillows.
Yeah, neck pillows
She
for
got
when you
couch
fly
pillows.
in. Couch pillows.
She got floor pillows.
Floor pillows.
If you want to go on a picnic, the oversized jumbo joints.
I mean, all the dope
pillows
pillows.
galore.
Y'all go to restbylynn.com. She has a special code just for you for tuning in. TFF15. All right?
15.
That stands for Dysfunctional Family. So TFF15, and you're going to get 15% off any of your orders. All right? I'm telling you, go. This is some of the best pillows you'll ever get. And they beautiful, too.
Beautiful. So many different Kente fabrics.
It's just beautiful.
All
right. Rest by Lynn. Peace.
I guess I just can't. I mean, touring, of course, was just one example, but maybe.
Yeah. I think I'm a musician, so I think thinking about that's probably like the most relative example. But I just think you can do both because I believe here's what it really comes down to, without being so rigid to the script. Let me just open up a little bit. Like, when the right people come together, fruitfulness happens.
Right.
And I think it's almost like maximizing purpose is almost unavoidable when you're in the right soil. And somebody's love can be soil for your purpose. Yeah. Somebody's love for you can literally be the field, the harvest field for your purpose.
Absolutely.
So when you put it like, there's ideas I've given you and vice versa, ideas you've given me that have gone to the next level because you shared it with somebody that has soil for you. So it's like you put a seed and then I just helped it grow, and vice versa. I gave you a seed and you just helped it grow. So I just think when the right people get together It doesn't matter what the purpose demands. That person, I believe that maybe this is crazy. I believe that person, and it doesn't mean I'm not like overlooking the practical part of it. There is a practical part of it. There is a planning. There is a schedule, a calendar part involved. So don't think I'm overlooking that. But I believe when you're with the right person, that person is pre-wired, like divinely, I mean, because they're the one.
Mm-hmm.
They're pre-wired with a capacity for whatever your purpose demands. And vice versa, you're already pre-wired with a capacity for what that person's purpose demands, which is why I believe you can do both, because you have successfully married. LeBron James has been with Savannah since he was at St. Vincent St. Mary. That's high school, like us. They got married straight. He never went to college. Straight out of high school, he marries this woman. And that's the only woman he's been with his entire 20 years of the NBA.
Yeah.
So and LeBron James, I know he on the road more than me. You get what I'm saying? And his sons love him. His daughter loves him. So I think God designs somebody that already has capacity for whatever your purpose demands, you know? And as busy as I know we're using like a lot of like entertainment examples, but there's good examples because they're on the road a lot. Yeah. Right? Look how busy Steph Curry and Aisha Curry are. Like, she has her own cooking stuff, her own network book, and all this other stuff. He's playing, got shoe deals, got all this other stuff. But they're raising their kids. And some way, somehow, they're making it work where they are questionably happy together.
He said it, not me. We're moving.
No, because she said, I got love for Steph. Steph, no, I got love.
He knows?
Yes, he knows.
Steph knows this really well.
Wardell Stephen Curry III knows that I have love for him.
I'm sure.
It's just, she said some questionable things in the past that make me question whether or not she's happy, but that's neither here nor there. They still married, and I think they happy. So I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, but I'm just giving you examples of people that have a lot of pull on them from their purpose and from their passion, and it still seems to not take away from how much they love the one they're with and their children. So I think they both can be done.
Good. Okay. Again, I feel that it's circumstantial, and I agree. Like, I hear what you're saying, and I agree with it. But I think something else we have to consider is the timing of the situation. So, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? My partner or my passion?
You want me to answer that?
No, I know.
Okay. I'm about to say, because God definitely made chickens first, but he just equipped chickens with eggs.
It's an example, and you interrupted me.
Sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
Like, what came first, the passion or the partner? Mm-hmm. And what adjustments will need to be made in order to, for instance, I'm sorry, my brain is going as I'm talking, so if it's a little choppy, forgive me. We started off this episode talking about Shannon Sharp, and the woman that he could have potentially married was not someone that he was with before being drafted, right? Mm-hmm. So his passion came first.
Sure.
And that didn't work out.
Sure.
Whereas LeBron James, Savannah came first. So he was already playing basketball in high school.
Yeah, he was playing basketball all his life.
Yeah, and I'm saying, like, but like to the fulfillment stardom, of like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do agree with you, yes.
And that relationship actually worked out because, arguably speaking, for the sake of argument, Savannah came first before like the demands of the passion, if that makes sense.
I guess he's been playing basketball, but before it was like, yo, he's an NBA prospect.
Exactly.
They were already together.
Before like the demands of the NBA and traveling and all of that stuff, Savannah came first.
I get you.
So something to consider is what matters more if you're in a situation where you have to choose and you can't manage both things. What matters to you more? Do you care more about fulfilling your dreams, or do you care more about preserving and nurturing the relationship?
I think if you ever have to choose and they're not the right person. That's just me. I think that like
it's so sad.
Like I met you first before like really discovering or figuring out what my purpose is in life. I'm not willing to give up you for the purpose. But it's almost impossible for us to be healthily together and you not make me better.
Okay.
and crystallize what I'm here
What
in
your
this earth
purpose
for.
is.
Yeah,
Like it has to,
it almost like it's if you're the one for me, it's literally unavoidable.
like I
I'm gonna
have to
keep getting
expose my
better. Yeah, like you're gonna keep making me a better man, and I'm gonna keep making you a better woman.
Yeah.
You can't get better in life and run away from what you're put in this earth to do.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
as I'm with the person I'm supposed to be with, I almost will accidentally fall into what I'm supposed to do in life
Wow.
because I'm be clearer headed, clearer thinking, more bodily healthy, more like it, it's almost I'm emotionally healthy. It, ain't no way I'm not gonna come across my divine calling when I'm with who I'm supposed to be with.
Wow.
So if I ever have to choose, you might not be the one, no matter how much skin in the game we got.
That's crazy.
Because that just means you don't have the capacity for what God put me here for. You might have been for a season, but you just didn't grow enough to really hold all of it. And that's okay. It would hurt, but that would be okay. Like for instance, when I became a minister, and I was like, yo, I don't think it's certain things we could keep doing, da 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 da. And I'm trying to like live right, boom, boom, boom. Had you said no and just kept trying to like be toxic and make me do things that I don't want to do, you little devil, it you know, I would have looked at you different. But you was like with it, which at a young age let me know, like, hold on, she different. She was like, okay.
Period.
You know what I mean? I'm in this for the long haul. So I guess what I'm saying is I think the two are intertwined.
I love
I think
that.
the two are intertwined. And if I'm not becoming a better person and growing closer to what my God ordained destiny is in this earth with the person I'm with, they ain't the person.
Yeah.
They ain't my person.
Right, right.
They ain't my person because I'm going to make them better and they're going to make me better. You know what I mean? So, yes, one can come first, but let's say I have let's say I was figuring out the purpose first. Man, if that girl was right for Shannon Sharp, he'd have 3 Super Bowls. That man would probably won 4 or 5. She'd just been making him better. You know what I mean? Like he just would have. She would have had the capacity for what he is. So like I think what we're getting at is this:
Oh, I was about to.
marriage. It can sometimes feel boring to somebody who's not with the person that pulls the best out of them.
Yeah, because fulfilling your passion and your purpose should excite you.
Yes.
It should excite you. So if your partner
and it should make me excited seeing you
right, it should be a
grow
mutual
into what you're
excitement.
supposed to be.
I'm excited because I'm doing something that I am truly passionate about. You're excited for me because you see the joy and fulfillment and contentment that it brings me. So your relationship can be boring if, like you said, your partner doesn't have capacity for the process and the journey towards you fulfilling your dreams and obtain, satisfying that passion.
And then let me just add this. I think there is a practical side to like if I'm with the right person, what will also happen? It's like my right person. What will also happen is I'm going to be more aware of their needs too, though, right? Because I care about them. So there's a sensitivity to their needs. So when I can be flexible and when I can make adjustments, hey, why don't you come? I'll pay for you to come on the road with me for these cities. I noticed that they're not too far from home. Let's schedule to be around me more than you normally would have been around me. Like, because I'm aware, I'm sensitive. Or when I come home, I'm not studying film or studying tape or in the studio, in the home. I'm locked in with you and developing and truly making up and redeeming the time. You know what I mean? So there is a practical element. Don't just think, oh, because this person is for me, I can just do whatever.
Right, right.
I have to, it also, being in love with them also builds in capacity for them. But if you find yourself not able to walk into what God has called you into with someone, it's not the right soil.
Yeah.
And you won't grow. You won't grow. Okay? So yeah, I don't know why I'm on a football rant, but like, I'm thinking about like Tom Brady, right? Shout out to Tom Brady. Congrats on his recent retirement. seven Super Bowls.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
He has every like passing record in the world. But for those that are sports fans, you know Tom Brady actually retired last year. Didn't change his mind. But his real reason for retiring was because his then wife, Giselle, was like, hey, it's time for us. right? For her, it was like, all right, I'm giving you time to play football. And then when all that's done, you owe us time. I don't think purpose and partnership work that way. I think purpose and partnership work together. Like, you're fulfilling the passion while you're in the partnership, and you're satisfying the partnership while you're doing the passion.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, hey, spend 15 years doing this and then you owe me all of your time because I waited. It's not like this is what you're doing this level and this is what you're doing the next. It's they're happening at the same time. The passion is becoming better because of my partnership, and my partnership is becoming more fruitful and more influential because of the passion.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
sure.
I just believe it can be both and doesn't have to be your passion for this segment of life, your partner for this. But that's just our experience. That's not like right or wrong. That's, I think, no, I mean, I don't think I wasn't trying to sway you. I just think
you weren't, but I feel after hearing it, I feel like it makes sense. Like there are certain, I guess I'm looking at it through the lens of that could never be me in that situation, but it doesn't need to be me because that's not my situation.
Exactly.
This is my situation, and this feels manageable to me.
There you go. It doesn't need to be you because that ain't your person.
It's not me. That's not my situation.
Come on. There you go.
That's good.
Yeah. All right.
I like this.
All right.
All right. We are.
All right. Okay. All right.
Heading into
This or That.
Don't make a diss of that song, please.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Pregunto número uno. Would you rather get a terrible gift for your anniversary gift? Would you rather get a terrible gift for your anniversary?
Nasty word.
A terrible gift or no gift at all? 1, 2.
Are you counting, bro?
Yeah, I'm thinking also, because I know once we say 3, we got to just say it. Terrible gift or no gift?
So don't think, just say what comes in mind.
1, 2, 3.
No
terrible
gift at all.
I should have said no gift at all.
Why you change? No.
I feel like there are cons to both situations. So if you get me a terrible gift, it could be because you weren't thoughtful enough, I think. Or if you get me no gift at all, it could be
you aren't thoughtful enough.
Yeah, like either you just assumed I wouldn't want something, or I don't know. I don't like any of these options.
Yes, that's
if
the
you give me a
purpose. You're not
terrible gift,
supposed
it's
to
like,
really like them.
at
It's just
least
you roll with it.
With the terrible gift, I think it's at least you got me something. I may not use it or need it or like it, but at least you were thinking of me. Possibly. With no gift, it's like, I don't know what to get you. This is just my assumptions of the situation. I don't know what to get you, so you get nothing. Or maybe you... Yeah, that's probably
I guess I just immediately thought like, hey, no gift at all. I'm just going to assume the best of you, and you wanted to, but you couldn't because you were in financial straits. That's just how I thought about it initially.
But I feel like that would be communicated. Sure. I'm thinking of like if there's no conversation ahead of time, like, hey, I want this for our anniversary, and it's either you don't get it or you express to me I'm not in a position to get it.
Okay. Can you believe this is the 3rd episode in a row and we don't have boards or markers like we used to? We're supposed to be writing our answers on the thing.
Blah, blah. We in a new season.
Like Eddie King Jr. Shitting. You know what I mean? Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Sorry. All right.
We just might have to roll with the punches. This just might be it. We count down and bada bing, bada boom.
All right, here we go. Only kisses or only hugs for the rest of our lives? 1, 2, 3. Only
Hugs.
Kisses.
I feel like I want hugs more than I want kisses. Like I feel like on a day-to-day basis, I ask you for more hugs than I do kisses.
I just feel like kisses have more variety. Like I can kiss you when you graduate with your PhD, and then I can also like more sensually kiss you when I'm ready to make love. Like they have more variance. Like I can kiss you.
You can do a hug for both situations also.
Nah, there's no sex hug. There's not a sex hug.
The cameraman said there is.
A sex hug?
Yeah.
But it don't open you up like a kiss do.
You don't know that.
When the tongue comes together, that joint get a little spicy, baby. Yeah, it is a sex episode, but it's like more like a flirty, like, grab your booty real quick. But it ain't like we've never like just gotten in the mood from like just standing there
Well, maybe we should
hugging
try.
each other.
Let's just see.
We can try, but let me
We
just
should do it. Let's do
okay,
it.
sure, we can try. All right, first of all, why are we telling people what we're about to do? Okay.
I didn't say tonight. I just
No, I didn't say tonight. I just mean in general, the fact that we're talking about what we're about to do to lead up to intimacy is wild. I don't want that disclosed in the public. But here's what I'm gonna say. The fact that we've never initially just tried to do it shows that it's not an instinct to get us ready for sex. We've kissed to get ready for sex. We've never just said and just held it out. It was like, I'm ready now.
Held it out.
It's never happened.
I'm
So I just feel like kisses have more. They have more.
We are gonna try.
No.
But you just said yes.
Okay, we can. I just don't think it's gonna work. But
you going into it with a
I'm
close.
gonna. You know I wouldn't do that to you.
But you're going into it narrow-minded. You're gonna do it just for
Let's
the sake
talk
of
about
saying
this in
you
private
did it.
because I don't want to talk about what we're about to do.
I don't
want
to talk about sex at all. But here we are. You over here narrow-minded rather than
a hug
saying,
foreplay is wild.
You already going into it expecting it to not work. I'm going into it expecting that it might work or not.
I will go in as open-hearted as you want me to go with. I'm not gonna be foul. I'm gonna go in.
I can see you laughing at me already.
No, I'm going in.
Look at you.
Can I talk? I'm going in with data, bro. Like actual science. We have never
so let's just poll people. Do y'all hug to get ready for sex? Like what data? You be asking people if they hug before sex?
No, our lives. We've never done it.
All right, y'all hug.
Do you know how long we've been having sex?
Okay. Next question. Would you rather take...
That's never happened. We've never stood there, hugged only, and just been like, oh, it's time. Never.
But we could.
All I'm saying is this.
But what if we do it and it works and it's like a thing?
Here's what's happening.
It could be like a staple in our relationship.
Sure, we can try it. Here's what's happening, though. This is turning into an argument about whether or not kisses or hugs lead to intimacy, and that's not what my point is. My point is, because you're taking me away from my initial point, the reason I chose only kisses for the rest of our lives is because kisses have more variation. They have more situational variation. I can kiss you when I greet you in the morning.
You could hug me also.
I
just feel like any situation a hug can replace it.
You still haven't proven that it can replace leading into sex.
That is up in the air.
But the data shows we've never done that, or else we would have felt it.
I don't like the way this conversation is dragging on.
No, you're missing.
I get it. I hear your point.
Right? The instinct when we've felt intimate
I feel like
never have started with let's just hug.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just giving you all the data. I'm like, we have a 0%, not like a point something percent, 0% have we ever just hugged to get in the mood.
We might start though.
All right. Yes,
might be our new thing.
You're putting up a real stubborn fight that you know. All right. Well, I think tell you how it goes.
All right. I feel like it's not going to work, but that's not the point.
Oh, all of that to say you don't think it's going to work? Yo, moving on, son. I'm about to close this show. Moving on, bro.
Long walks or long drives together? 1, 2, 3.
Long walks. Because I'm the only one driving. Back be hurting.
Yeah, I got to get my license, y'all.
She's from Brooklyn. Brooklyn people don't think they have
but
a
I need it now.
license.
Like, for real, I got to get it. I got to get it.
Just let me hit it. Yo, chill. Yo, y'all see the Cash App, Dysfunctional Family. Like, love, subscribe, share, rate us. Do all the good stuff. All the algae
booting? Okay, Mike Tyson, come on.
All the algae. Leave my boy Mike alone. All the algae. I can't even talk straight.
All the algorithm boosting. All the hit our Cash App, $ Dysfunctional Family.
All the algae boosting things.
Algorithm. All the things to boost the algorithm. Like, comment, download, share, notification bell, rate.
Notification. This
is nasty word. We love y'all. We'll see y'all for maybe part 3. Or
marriage ain't boring. Or maybe it is. You'll see in part 3.
It's so wild.
I'm done, cameraman. You can end it now.
Okay, the voice.
I don't know why I'm using this creepy voice, but you can now turn it off.